So today's topic is software maintenance. That is the 5th unit of our syllabus. And we can see that software maintenance is lying in the last phase of the SDLC. We have studied the SDLC, and according to the phases of the SDLC, we have studied the units in our syllabus, right? As we have done, we have seen that planning is the first phase. We have requirement analysis, that is the second phase. We have done this particular as the second unit. Then we have the software design as the third phase, in which we were doing the low level design and the high level design, architectural and conceptual. Next, we were working with the fourth phase, that is called as the development phase, in which we are doing the coding part. That means whatever design, logical design we have created, we are converting it into a platform, that is into a programming language, and we are coding that. So that logic converts into a program and source code that will complete our functionalities and that will implement our functionalities of the software successfully. Then we had the software testing part, in which we are doing different types of testing and different levels of testing, in which we are testing the developed software in a rigorous manner, right? And the last phase that we are going to work on today in the fifth unit is the maintenance. That is the last phase of SDLC. So we are working here right now. That is why this is the purpose of showing you SDLC. Now let's understand what is software maintenance all about, right? First thing is we have seen that software maintenance is the last stage of SDLC, that is software development lifecycle. Once we have released the product, when I say release the product, I mean to say I have deployed the product at the user site. The maintenance phase keeps the software up to date with the certain parameters. What are the parameters? With the environment changes and with the changing user requirements. That means the software has to be kept up to date according to the changes which are in the environment. That can be technical changes, as the software industry is evolving day by day, and it is a changing and it is not constant. The technologies are changing day by day. We are having new techniques, so we have to work on with the changing environment and according to the changes in the user requirements regarding the specific software. So that includes the maintenance. Now, one very important part is when we talk about the cost, as the software development includes cost, and this particular cost has a parameter that we can say that 40 to 70% of the cost of entire life cycle is consumed by software maintenance phase. This is a very important point and very, focusing point where we should focus on. Maintenance can only happen efficiently. How it can happen efficiently? Only and only if the earlier phases are done properly. As we have already seen many a times, we already say that if the errors are uncovered at the earlier stage, it will have less of maintenance cost and vice versa. So what it is, if we are working on the earlier phases which are done properly, then our maintenance can work efficiently and that will include less of the cost, right? Now, software as an evolutionary entity. As an evolutionary entity means, why we are saying evolutionary? Because evolution, we want to state the evolution as the reference that software industry from 1960s, it shows a dynamic growth of software. From 1960, it is showing the dynamic growth of software in the maintenance terms also, right? So software maintenance includes what? It includes error correction, enhancement regarding the performance or other capabilities of the software, deletion of obsolete capabilities. When I say deletion of obsolete capabilities, I mean to say that the functionalities which are not in demand right now, that can be called as obsolete, which are not in use right now. Those are obsolete. So these particular can be deleted and new functionalities can be added to the software, which we say that the software is going to be updated and we have to work on for the optimization. Now, these are the main concerns of software maintenance. Also, we will see further error correction, enhancement of capabilities, deletion of obsolete capabilities, and optimization, right? As changes cannot be avoided, we should develop mechanism for evaluating, controlling, and making modifications. That means we have to make our software a flexible software and a software that evaluates its performance and control and provide feedback, and changes are done because we cannot avoid the future changes in terms of user requirement or in terms of environmental changes. These are to be taken place. You cannot avoid these. So what you have to do, you have to make the software in such a way that it includes the mechanism for evaluation, for controlling, and for making modifications. That means your software has to be flexible and it should be in a way that it can adapt the new changes easily, right? Hence, any work done to change the software after its operation considered to be a maintenance work. Now, maintenance work is what once we have completed the development of the software and the implementation of the software, the maintenance work starts from here itself. Now we have certain definitions which are stated by different organizations. These are: software maintenance is a very broad activity that includes error correction, enhancement of capabilities, deletion of obsolete capabilities, and optimization. We have already seen this. Now, as per IEEE, it states it is a modification of software product after delivery to correct faults, to improve performance or other attributes, or to adapt the product to a modified environment. Now you can see these all are stating the same thing, but it's just a way of presenting the definition in different forms. IEEE presents the maintenance definition in this form, and as per ISO, it states that maintenance is a set of activities performed when software undergoes modifications to code and associated documents due to a problem or the need for improvement or adaptation. So this is the basic concept of software maintenance, which we have to remember. That is error correction, enhancement of capabilities, deletion of obsolete capabilities, and optimization. And this is done after the deployment of the software at the user's site. Now, what is the need of maintenance? The concept is generated from the terminologies which we have stated earlier only. So same thing comes here in a detailed format. That is, why do we need software maintenance? We need software maintenance to correct the errors that are uncovered or that are executed by the users. That means when the user is operating the software and he finds or he uncovers certain error, he encounters errors. So those particular errors are to be corrected in maintenance phase. Change in user requirement with time. If the user requirement changes after, let's say, 3 years or 4 years, so those particular changes are to be included. Changing hardware and software environment. So the changes in the hardware and the software has to be taken place to improve system efficiency. Now you see this particular improved system efficiency comes from where? It comes from the term that is performance has to be improvised or optimization has to be done, right? Next thing comes in which it is defined as to modify the components. To modify the components means if there are certain deletion of obsolete components, then it comes here, or new functionalities are to be added to eliminate any unwanted side effects. This is what happens sometimes if you add certain modules in maintenance phase, then due to those particular addition and integration of the modules, there can be error in the present modules. So those particular are to be taken care of in the maintenance. Thus, the maintenance is needed to ensure that the system continues to satisfy the user requirements and also the environment changes. Now, defining the aim of software maintenance in simple way, that is to correct errors, to enhance the software by changing its functionalities, to update the software, to adapt the software to cope up with the changes in the environment. Now, after these particular 4-5 slides, you must have created a picture of software maintenance in your mind, that these are the certain factors which can be included as the need of maintenance, as what is maintenance, and what are the aims of maintenance. They are almost the same. The only way of presenting them is different, right? The concept remains the same. Now, as I have stated earlier in the first slide only, that 40 to 70% of the total SDLC cost includes the maintenance cost. So that is a big number, right? So let's see here, certain studies and certain researches have been done in which they generalized the research and said that requirement definition phase takes only 3%, preliminary design takes again 3% of cost, detailed design takes 5%, implementation takes 7%, testing phase takes 15%, and maintenance is taking 67%, that is more than 50%. So according to the cost, the effort spent in the maintenance phase is also much higher as compared to the earlier phases. So we have to take care, if all these early phases are done properly, then only the cost of maintenance plus the efforts in the maintenance can be reduced, right? So I think this particular part is clear to you all, right?